Hey guys, what's up? It's Jana
and Mike.
We're so excited to be here with you guys wherever you're at right now. We are in Nashville, Tennessee. We wish we could have been doing live signings with all of you wherever you're at, but unfortunately, because of the corona,
we all have to settle for this. But we're going to make it great. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we are. But right now I'm really frustrated, and I have to bring you into my frustration. So about 2 seconds ago, Mike said, "Oh, look at this. It's like a ship, but in a bottle." And I'm like, but how did those cards get in there? So right now, the last few seconds, I've been trying to figure out how the heck these cards...
So sit tight for the next 30. We're going to watch Jana and try to get these cards out of the
You
bottle.
know how to sign my name, and we've been signing so many books. Now you got it. It's just like a little heart, and then like the J with a little loop, and then A and A. But seriously though, this is like really frustrating.
Yeah, now this is going to be on your mind all day.
I'm just going to, like, by the end of it, I'm going to smash it. Sorry.
This is somebody's here. Sorry.
Oh, man. All right, let's start signing, but I want to ask you a few questions as well.
Okay.
Actually, you should probably, since we're going to put it on this table.
Yeah, I'll start.
You start the whatever, but I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite chapter of the book?
Let me look.
Oh,
No, my favorite chapter of the book would probably be chapter 8, Pray on It, just because it was such a powerful chapter for you and I to write. It was one that, you know, we added later in the process, but it was so impactful when we wrote it, and we talked about things that we never talked about.
Yeah.
So it was really, you know, you guys know us for being so vulnerable and open on our podcast, and this was just a whole nother level. So I really enjoyed it. What about you?
My favorite chapter in the book is probably Claim Your Baggage. And I also like Clean Your Side of the Street too. That's a goodie.
Let me ask you this. What were you most nervous about with the book coming out? Or what are you currently most nervous about?
Most nervous about? I feel like chapter-wise or just in general?
Just in general.
Oh, well, I feel like we spoke about it on the podcast, but I feel like what I was most nervous about is just the pressure of, even though we don't ever put it out there like we're perfect. So
no,
that's the good news. Like just, you know, a few days before the book came out, I was like, today we failed. Today I failed. Today, you know, today we didn't do it perfect. So I think like that's kind of nice. And now that I started thinking about it, I was worried about the pressure, but now I'm like, oh, we've never pretended to like have it figured out.
No, we haven't.
So that's good. Are you nervous about anything?
No, I mean, you know, some people that like to make negative comments might say, who are you guys to give relationship advice? And our whole thing is, this book isn't about giving advice. We're just sharing the tools that we've learned through the countless years worth of therapy that we've been in, and that we learned from people way smarter than us, and how we're, you know, using those tools in our relationship on a day-to-day. So it's just sharing information rather than teaching, this is what you should do.
Well, speaking of giving advice, Sarah wants to know, my boyfriend cheated on me and I have a hard time getting over it, especially as a mom of 3. Jana, how do you cope and forgive? And Mike, what do you do to ease Jana in times of insecurity?
First of all, Sarah, I'm from Virginia as well, so love that. You want to start?
I'll start. So how do you cope and forgive? It's really hard, and especially if you're in the process of the blow up now, like that's really tough. So whenever it's really fresh is when it's really hard. I mean, it's still hard. I mean, there's still days where we get triggered, but it's not as heavy. It doesn't hurt as bad. The pain's always gonna be there, but it might not just weigh you down as much as it will today. But I think it's just staying present. And if you guys are still together, which it seems like you are, I would just say if he's willing to fight and he's willing to, you know, be the best version of himself, and you're willing to do your work too, then you have to do your work as well and fight for it as well. And, you know, just stay present and focus on today and not the past.
For me, what do you do to ease Jana in times of insecurity? So the best thing that I've been able to do at times, and that I recommend anybody who's been in my shoes in the relationship to do, is try to be as proactive around triggers as possible. So if you foresee a certain trigger coming up that you think is going to be a situation that your significant other might have some feelings come up, then stay ahead of it and go to them and be like, hey, I know we're going to this part of town and it could be triggering for you. I just want to know that I'm thinking about you and that I love you, and is there any feelings you want to express? So staying ahead of it has definitely been the best thing I've been able to do at times, and I want to continue to do it even more.
Yeah, I like that one. Sabrina, would you ever consider doing... Oh, wait, no. This was like Mariah. I feel like we try, but an outsider perspective could help. What's your opinion on couples therapy? Go. The couples therapy is so huge. It's so important. We would not be where we're at if it wasn't for couples therapy, and a lot of these tools in the book are from things that we've learned from our amazing therapists. So that's my advice, is to go and just know that sometimes when you do open the hood, there's a lot of stuff underneath there, but you might fight maybe a little bit more in the beginning, but again, you're fighting for each other. You're fighting for the relationship, so don't look at it as like a negative.
Sometimes, as cliche as it sounds, it might get worse before it gets better when you're first starting into therapy, because therapy itself is a learning tool. Like, you have to learn how to, do therapy essentially. And once you really start digging in, you'll realize the difference in what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Sabrina, would you ever consider doing a concert in Germany?
Yep.
Ich liebe dich und ich...
You're fancy.
I would love to. I love Germany. I was a exchange student in Bad Neustadt my junior year of high school. Munich's one of my favorite cities. I've been dying to take you there. Yes. And let's see, Alton, I believe. Oh, Macomb, Michigan.
What's the easiest part of everything you guys have been through? The easiest part? Great question.
It's Alton.
Alton. We haven't gotten that, so good on you. And we've been asked a lot of questions this week.
Yeah, it's a great question.
The easiest part has been being mom and dad. That even though, it has its moments where it's difficult, at least for me, when I'm around them, I try not to let other things affect me. So it's like, whether we're in an argument or whatever, I'm dad in that moment. And so showing up as a dad has been the easiest part through all of this for me.
Good answer.
That sounded like a challenging.
No, I'm just thinking about it. The easiest part of everything you guys have been through.
Got a stumped, Alton.
That is a really good question. The easiest part of everything that we have been through.
Don't look at me.
It's been really hard.
This has been hard.
This has been hard. Marriage is hard. Even when you don't fight about the stuff in the beginning, when you're just fighting about like regular marriage, it's hard. The easiest thing, probably, I guess, parenting together, and how we've been able to do that. That has been because we parent the same, which I will say that I hear you on that, because we're very, very good at co-parenting and being parents together, and how we discipline. So yeah. Michael, West Springfield, Massachusetts. What's your best piece of relationship advice? Communicate, over-communicate, and communicate some more. And express your needs from a soft place. That's been the biggest thing that I've learned. You can say everything you want, but if you're not saying it from a good place, then your partner's not going to hear you.
Yeah, and to go even more detailed on that, read the communication chapter in the book, because we talk about the format that we do our check-ins in, and we like to use the analogy that's like a temperature gauge for your relationship. So you talk about feelings, you give each other affirmations, you express your needs, and then you own something that you might have done to bother the other person in the relationship. And it's just a way to alleviate possibilities of passiveness or any kind of underlying frustrations that you may have in your relationship.
My boyfriend, Lauren, my boyfriend and I had a 13-hour road trip today and listened to The Good Fight for over half the trip. It is truly a breath of fresh air for both of us because we are not alone. Jana, you talk about walking in...
Walking away in chapter 7.
Oh, okay, walking away in chapter 7. This is something we are trying to practice. How do you find it within yourself to not get frustrated and start overthinking Mike walking away when he goes to the movies? Thank you both so much for being an inspiration. We can't wait to finish the audiobook tonight. You guys are awesome for getting halfway through it. Walking away has been something that I feel like I've done a pretty good job at because I've realized that walking away gives whatever argument or feelings to just settle for a little bit, and I'm a better version of myself when I don't escalate things. And he's a better version of himself when I just walk away, and then he usually comes around and I usually come around when there's that time. When he goes to the movies and walks away, again, he's usually communicates and says, hey, I'll be back later, and I just have to trust that he's doing the right thing because I'm not in charge of, I can't carry or control what he does. I can just express how I feel.
Yeah.
What about you?
The walking away piece has been definitely a game changer when we both do it in a relationship, and admittedly, Jana has done it significantly better than I have on a consistent basis. And if it wasn't for her doing that work, then we'd have had way more blow-ups, unhealthy blow-ups, the past year or so. So I commend her for that. And the thing is when you do it, when I just take 5 minutes and I just breathe, those thoughts that I thought were, I planted my flag in those thoughts that I had about Jana's wrong, I'm right, and this is how I'm feeling. I'm completely validating what I'm experiencing. Mm-hmm. 5 minutes later, if I just breathe and take a beat, I'm like, I can't believe I even thought that just 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like, it's so dumb. So it really can change the temperature of the relationship if you're willing to just give it a few minutes.
Mm-hmm. How do you think, this is from Michael in Indiana, hi. How do you think fame has helped or hurt your relationship? I love you two together, and I love that you show working together is worth the time to keep a solid relationship.
Obviously, Michael used fame very loosely because we're uncomfortable with that word, but we appreciate the support and everything, and the notoriety that comes with our relationship hasn't been easy, especially when some things were shared to the public that we didn't want to be shared initially. And so that's just one of the variables that has made this tough. And we've just tried to do everything we can to change the narrative and create a positive, image for what we're doing, and not be about all the negative things that have happened, in our relationship.
Yeah, I feel like, sure, it stinks to read bad negative comments that make us feel bad about ourselves, and oh, you guys are toxic and you guys are bad, but we know the truth. Y'all know the truth of our hearts, and I think it's one of those things where, if anything, the fame has helped me heal by sharing my experience with y'all. So I've selfishly appreciated the fact that we were able to share our story and help other people. Kimberly, what was the first step you took to get back together? My spouse and I are struggling to get there, and we are also not ready to give up.
Sorry that you guys are going through that. Yeah, that sucks.
It's a tough place to be in.
It's a really tough place. And, early on, when you're looking for that first step, it's hard to know what direction to go, and you're wanting certain things to count for more than they are. Like, you want to wake up one day and just know that everything's going to be okay, or know that you can trust each other, or whatever, depending on whatever the situation is. But it doesn't work like that. It really is, you're playing the long game, and it is just chipping away each day, doing these things, doing some, maybe doing some of the tools that we suggest in this book to, in order for y'all to grow closer together instead of farther apart.
And I'll just say, Kimberly, too, the fact that you're not ready to give up is a sign, and what was my sign, to not give up, to at least try. When you are ready, you'll know when you're ready to give up. But if you're both willing to fight, I mean, like we say in the book, that's the recipe to make it amazing. If you guys both fight for it, and every day hopefully get a little better and not fight as much. But go to therapy too, because that would be amazing, that first step to really reconciling like we did.
This one didn't have a name on it, but what made you want to open up so much in this book?
We've shared a lot of our stuff on our podcast. We've been open about things in interviews, but we just want to take it the next level, and also show you guys like how we've been able to work past some of these arguments, because we know we're not alone, and just in marriage in general, and the hardships that it takes to have a healthy and strong marriage.
Yeah, we've appreciated so much for all of you guys who have ordered this book and maybe DM'd us or made comments about you not feeling alone in the situation, because with that helping you, that helps us just as much, adversely. So we appreciate that. And that was, a big part of our motivation to open up so much, is like, the things that we've dealt with are not easy to talk about. A lot of them are taboo subjects that people want to sweep under the rug and not address. So, the fact that we've gotten so much support from y'all has just been encouraging, and ultimately is why we wanted to write it.
Is there anything you held back putting in this book? Care to share, or why you chose to do so? I feel like we were very open in this book.
Yeah.
There's not many arguments. Now we've got some more arguments that we'll put on book 2 that we've recently had since publishing this book. So that'll be book 2. But no, I think we opened our hearts and our souls, and to embarrass ourselves, but also show humility and show that we're just
two regular people.
Yeah.
Who are trying to figure this out.
Anna, on an everyday basis, how do you set your goals as a couple? Do you say, today we focus on this as a team, or do you set individual goals?
On Sundays we try to talk about our week and talk about what we need to get done, what the other person needs from the other person. So that way we do have some sort of a game plan and a frame of mind of, okay, this is what Jana wants to accomplish this week, this is what the schedule looks like, this is what I want to accomplish. That way we avoid passiveness, we avoid false expectations around downtime or whatever it may be.
Yeah, for sure. How do you move past the constant worry and questioning? Does it ever get better? Currently, I'm in therapy for the same fun. Natalie, I will say, you will always, I hate to say that, like, for me, like, there'll always be some kind of worry in there. Now, the worry won't be as severe, but I think you'll always, when there's hurt and when someone has broken your trust, it's always going to be, in my opinion, it's always going to be in the back of your mind, because it's a potential that it could maybe happen again, but it doesn't control you. It doesn't take over you. It doesn't debilitate you. It's just like, all right, yeah, go have fun with your friends. And you know what? He might go off and do something, but you're doing what you can do to be healthy, and you worrying about it just makes the situation worse, and it's not healthy for you either. And when you let it go, it's like, it's not in your hands, it's not in your power, it's not in your control.
Yeah.
But it's there, unfortunately.
Yeah, like Jana said, unfortunately, it's going to be there for a long time. And, we do have some older friends that have gone through some similar aspects, and we've leaned on them around questions, and it still comes up for them. But she'll express it directly. Like, I think that's the thing. That's the key, is as you get further and further away from, the actual incident, it's important to speak openly and candidly about what you're feeling. Because, Jana and I have had some battles where it's like a guessing game, and, maybe I wasn't preventative in that situation. Jana got more triggered because I didn't acknowledge it. But in that moment, I'm not even thinking about the bad things I've done. I'm just thinking about being a healthy human being and a respectful husband. So staying in communication around that will help you guys as this continues to go on. For sure. And just so you know, it does get better. The feeling doesn't feel as awful, and you won't think about it as much. I don't think about it every day like I used to. So it does get better.
Do love languages come into play in your marriage? All the time. And I even did a love language today, and I'm a little bitter about it because he was a little passive and he didn't notice my love language, and it really bothered me because it was not something I wanted to do. His love language is acts of service. My love language is touch and words of affirmation, which is at the bottom of his.
Words of affirmation is my number 2. Touch is...
Touch, yeah. My top is his bottom. His top is my bottom. But yeah, I folded his laundry today as an act of service. And I put away his one shirt because I thought it was going to the dry cleaners. So I threw it on the floor where the other dry cleaner stuff is. And then I folded the rest of his clothes. And he comes in the room and he goes, well, I was going to wear this shirt. Guess not. And I'm like, But what about all the other clothes that were all over the bed I folded, put away nicely, but yet you make a passive comment about me throwing your shirt on the floor in the dry clean only pile. That's fine.
My bad, boo.
Yeah.
But yes, they do come to play on a regular basis. Is there something that you do as a couple every day to reassure each other that you will continue to choose one another every day? Casey.
We just show up, we do our work, we apologize if we don't do it right and say we'll do it better, and just to continuously show a better version of ourselves and do our work. Yeah,
or that, and sometimes we'll try to hit each other with a sweet affirmation because we both have words of affirmation on our love language list, and just out of nowhere saying how much we appreciate or respect or love each other, and when it comes out of left field, it really means a lot. Yeah.
How do you budget time with each other and the kids throughout the day? We're really good about that, especially we have a lot of family time together, and obviously also like if he needs to do something or if he needs a minute, or if Jace is just because he's been real clingy lately, if he needs a minute, it's like, hey, we tag team. I think we're really good with asking for what we need when we need it, and
which took practice too, because there is...
Quarantine helped us with that.
Absolutely, because there's passiveness before. It's like, okay, I guess I'll get both kids, or okay, I guess I'll feed them, when it's just asking for what you need, and which is harder for Jana to do historically than for me. So quarantine definitely helped. We grew in that. Where it's like, hey, I need 5 minutes, I need an hour, whatever it is, we got each other's back.
How'd you guys meet for the first time? P.S. Thank you guys for being such fantastic parents. I thank God every day you guys are safe and healthy. Jeffrey, you're so sweet.
Thanks,
we met on Twitter.
Classic love story.
Yep.
Yeah, and the rest is pretty much history.
I pressed follow back because he was following me.
And I slid into those DMs, and my words were magical. Jana, will you come out with a song named The Good Fight?
Give me the good fight. The good fight.
Will you?
I mean, you never know. It's a good idea though, Ariana. All right, I would like to play a game because I love to play games.
Yes, we do.
If y'all are cool with it. 22 questions in 2 minutes.
All right, we're going to alternate asking the questions.
Who would you like to have dinner with, past or present?
My grandfather, my mom's dad that I've never met. You?
My grandpa.
Okay.
Who's out of heaven?
Which one, Game of Thrones or Stranger Things?
Neither.
Ooh, both.
What is your favorite breakfast food? Over easy eggs.
French toast. What is your favorite genre of music? R&B.
Like Nora Jones, like, what is that? Michael Bublé, chill.
Stuff that makes me chill and borderline sad. That's Jana's. Your turn. 5.
Who was your idol growing up?
Jerry Rice.
I think mine was Oprah, actually, because I wanted to be an anchor woman. Or was it Diane Sawyer? Both of them.
What is your favorite international cuisine?
Sushi? Is that international cuisine?
Sure.
Yeah, sushi.
Mexican.
Oh, that's good. What is your favorite candy bar?
Almond Joy.
Really? That is like the worst of
which
the
I
bars.
don't understand.
That's like when you like go to like an aisle for Halloween candy, it's like all the ones are out like Gobstoppers and all these other like
I don't think
whatever
they
Snickers
even make Gobstoppers anymore. They're stopped in like 1985.
Because it's probably a choking hazard. But there was like Baby Ruth, like all these things, and it's like they're all gone, and then it's just like Almond Joy. It's like the entire.
Yeah, this
Won't
guy.
be swiping up for that one.
What about you?
Favorite candy bar?
I don't eat candy. I watch my diet.
This is not true. I eat M&Ms every night because you buy those freaking M&M.
The peanut butter M&Ms.
I'm a classic Hershey's candy bar girl. I do. I like me some Hershey's. Do you have a favorite season?
Fall.
Summer.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
Is that me?
Yes.
Favorite childhood memory. Well, this is funny. My mom was watching right now, which she probably isn't, but we'd always say like, was that a good memory? Because sometimes I only remember the bad memories. So we always joke, is that a good memory? But no, my favorite childhood memory would be we go up north. Just our up north Michigan is the most beautiful place in the world. I'm so obsessed with up north Michigan. We've made it a tradition now in our family. Every 4th of July, we go up there. And yeah, I love it. You?
Going to the beach with my mom's side growing up. We used to go every summer. I have like 6 cousins that were all within a couple of years of each other. So it was always a good time.
Did you have an imaginary friend?
Still do. No, I actually never did. Did you?
No.
Do you have a favorite animal?
Stuffed or pet? I mean, not stuffed, but like zoo or pet. Like I love
non-descriptive, just
I love
animal.
monkeys and gorillas, but like my favorite pet would be a horse. You?
See what I deal with every day?
What?
My favorite animal. I don't know if I really have one now. When I was a kid, it was a squirrel. Don't know why.
Let me ask this question. What is your go-to workout, Mike? This guy, he's so annoying. I will like work out for go for a run. I love running. I'm obsessed with running. I've just gotten I've been only running for a month. I'm terrible at it, but I just love it. But I'll come in and then work out afterwards, and he comes in, does like 2 like things, and he's like, I'm good.
Look, I worked out for my entire life. It was my job. I'm good for a while.
But then like it's so annoying. Then you just like lose 10 pounds if you work out for like 20 minutes. It's just frustrating. You don't understand to have a woman's metabolism. What do you never leave home without?
A hat.
Where's your hat?
In the car.
Water.
Do you have a favorite superhero?
Yeah. Iron Man or Deadpool?
That's my girl.
What's yours?
All
Captain America.
The Hulk.
Really?
What is your favorite?
But like they never made it good.
Yeah, but he's still great.
Huh, that's surprising.
What is your favorite time of day?
5 o'clock, wine time. You?
I like dawn.
What time is that?
Dusk. Dawn. Dawn's morning, yeah. Blonde moment, sorry.
Wait, what time is dawn?
Like when the sun rises. Like having a cup of coffee when the sun rises. Oh, so good.
Huh.
Okay. Have you ever ridden in a hot air balloon?
No,
nope,
I never will.
What is your favorite board game?
We love to play games. I don't know if board games though is, Sorry was one of them growing up, but my favorite, we play Rummy Cube, we play Code Names, we play Euchre. I'm a big card person.
Yeah, anything
board
cards
game.
we love.
Monopoly is, no, I cheat at Monopoly.
Don't let her be the banker.
Board games.
This
Stratego.
This is
Stratego.
supposed to be 22 questions in 2 minutes. 22 questions in 20 minutes.
No. I say Stratego. That's a board game.
Monopoly.
Okay.
What are your favorite pizza toppings?
So
no pizza. I don't eat pizza.
We ate pizza last night and I had 3 pieces. Why are you making me be out to be something that I'm not?
No, it's annoying because she has
3 pieces.
The best willpower when it comes to food that I've ever seen out of anybody in my entire life.
But I also eat pizza. I won't eat every day, but last night I had 3 huge pizzas, and let me tell you what was on there. It was a white pizza, and it was ricotta cheese with garlic and spinach and artichoke, and it was amazing.
Raise your hand if you like white pizza. Oh, it's the only hand I see. No one else likes it.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Ham and pineapple, Hawaiian all day.
Do you have a favorite teacher? Yeah, Frau Barner, my German teacher. Ich liebe dich.
My 4th grade teacher, Miss Kriz, now Mrs. Brodnick. She was my favorite.
Do you like movie popcorn with or without butter? Without.
And with M&Ms.
Who is your favorite author?
I don't know. You go ahead.
Emily Giffin. Hands down. Something Borrowed, Something Blue, Baby Proof, Love the One You're With, Heart of the Matter. What was the one that? Lies That Bind. I know I'm missing something. I'm missing a few, but she's amazing. Look her up if you don't know her. I mean you, honey. You're my favorite author.
That's better. I don't know if I have a favorite author. I read enough books. R.L. Stein? Goosebumps? Sure.
Okay, middle school. What's up?
Elementary.
Okay.
Don't age me.
Who has impacted you the most?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
You.
In sincerity, I say that. You.
Wow.
I'm a different.
Can I remind you of that?
I'm a different and better version of myself when I'm with you.
Thanks, babe. That's sweet. Who has impacted you the most? My kids. Don't roll your eyes at that.
Saw that
But they have. They've made me a better version of myself.
I'm sure they definitely have.
All right. Well, we're about to go home and have a fight. So, but you know what? We're gonna have a good fight.
And Jana's gonna figure out how to get.
I'm gonna break that. Is what I'm gonna do.
Out of this bottle.
I love you guys. That was so much fun.
Thanks for hanging with us. So sorry again, as this couldn't be in person. We'd love to be interacting with you guys face to face, and hopefully in 2021 we'll be able to do some live tours again, do our Whine Down tours, and talk about the good fight. And if you haven't gotten your book yet, go to premiercollectibles.com/goodfight. Get your book.
And it will have our signatures in there on a little book plate. So get your book, premiercollectibles.com/thegoodfight to grab your book. We love you guys. We hope you love the book. And just thank you for your time. We know how important and precious time is. So we really appreciate you guys joining us for the last 30 minutes.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Seriously, how do you open?
Hi.
I am sitting here with the one and only Jackie Chan, global superstar, and he is signing all of these books. Are your hands tired?
No, tired, but I'm happy.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
really,
so
really
happy
happy.
to hear that.
How do you feel?
Good. I'm excited. This is the first time I've done something like this before, a live signing.
Where do I want to go that I've never been? Oh, we're thinking about, not thinking, we're putting it in motion. I'm going to go to Indonesia on my irresponsible tour this year. I'm excited about that. I've never been. And there's been a heavy demand for me there. So we're going to go. We're going to go to Indonesia and I'm going to make people laugh in Indonesia. That's how I roll. How do you roll? I can't make this up. Wayne, you got your Indonesia pants? I decided it about a good 3 weeks ago. You'll see it on the schedule soon, so I suggest you go get your pants for Indonesia, because you're not going to wear them stupid pants. Where do you think Indonesia is? India. Yes, we out.
You can see that I'm signing it. This is not some machine scribbling my name. This is my actual human body scribbling my name. So, all right, there we go. First book, signed.
We have fans from all over who have written questions that they want to ask you.
Oh dear.
And they're also going to get signed copies of the book. We're so excited.
Yeah.
So you ready to jump into some questions?
Yes.
Hey, we're live at the live signing.
To my mind, the successful feeling at the end of a book is not that you have done everything you could with the book, but that you scratched the surface.
So it was a wonderful experience and a wonderful discipline in storytelling.
I'm going to start signing right now. I guess I'll sign in red. You know, red. I'm a Delta. Red.
Can you guys see that? See? There's a little smudge right there. So if you see a little smudge, that means Charles jumped on the book as I was signing it.
I don't mind doing signings because people really love a signed copy of a book. I know I do. I will sometimes sign a book to myself.
You were only 7 weeks old, and ABC really wanted to get the new host in that seat and get things going. And I said, but I'm breastfeeding. And by the way, that was at a point like in 1979, coming up on 1980, You really weren't even allowed to say breastfeeding on the air.
I feel like this is something we kind of all need right now.
My life changed after my leg was broken in 1985. My world changed. I had the world by the tail. I had every material thing you could possibly hope for going for you in your life. And then all of a sudden, bang, in one instance, it was gone.
The only thing that matters is the love you give and the love you allow yourself to receive.
I'm healthier than I've ever been, only because I got healthy when I was like 40. Thank you so much.
Got it. Hi there. You probably recognize this guy. I'm Ned Rust. I'm his publisher, James Patterson here, the #1 best-selling author in the world. And how about
you just make that up?
I did some research before I got here today.
We are doing my virtual live book signing.
Live book signing. This is crazy.
More and more authors are doing this. I think it's so cool.
Signing some of the signed copies that you guys can get at premiercollectibles.com.
You're going to be signing these books live over the next 45 minutes.
Hey, what up, this your boy? I'm watching myself. Look at that. I need to stop.
If you're OCD, how is this panic-inducing to you?
They're not
like
watching
all
anymore.
these.
They've got a bag.
Yeah.
They've got a bag.
I'm inspired by your success. What advice do you give someone who's never found his passion?
Hi, I'm Judge Janine Pirro. You probably heard of my book, Liars, Liberals, and Leakers. I may look like Greg Gutfeld, but I'm not. Actually, this is so exciting. My 8th book, The Gutfeld Monologues, is out. This is fantastic. If you haven't purchased it yet, you're dead to me. But you still have time to reanimate and become my best friend.
Biggest pet peeve? Men that talk to me with spinach in their teeth.
What can I do while at work to help lower my stress and improve my health?
One musician do you most admire?
I love you all, and we'll talk again soon. Take care.
Bye.
Much love. See you.
See you soon.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll see you around the world. Woo!
Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone here.
Bye, guys.
Say goodbye, Mary.
See you in the morning.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for coming. I'm gonna go get drunk.